Living amongst the coalfields and steelworks, Red Wall communities had everything: employment, housing, purpose. The deep wound of industry's disappearance in the final decades of the 20th century is still healing. Simon, a leader at the local college, has worked in Sutton in Ashfield since the 90s.
In many areas of Ashfield, in many neighbourhoods, there are the obvious signs and indicators of poverty and disadvantage.
If England means as much to...
At a coffee morning run by the college, spirits are raised. The football is tying people together. Meanwhile, the election is testing the fabric of Britain's democracy. Here, crime and antisocial behaviour are priorities.
You do hear of it, people having bags snatched and things like that. So, yeah, I think policing's a big issue around this area.
Not far from the Downing Street here in Ashfield, some of the poorest parts of the Red Wall can be found. The problems here stretch past a term of Parliament.
The issues to do with unemployment, people adjusting to new ways of needing to learn and learn new skills for new employment, they've been around for a long time.
Ashfield is a single brick in the former Red Wall. In 2019, the switch from Labour to the Conservatives, influenced by Brexit, surprised the nation. The promise of levelling up has brought millions of pounds for local projects, but critics say it's not enough. Now, voter trends in the Red Wall are tricky to predict. The challenge that candidates in Red Wall constituencies face is whether they can convince voters that change is possible when the problems they face stretch between generations over decades. At a nearby food bank, volunteers and staff from the college help the desperate.
We've had one come in this morning who's actually just been released from custody.
Few people using the service think politics can change the life they're living, says Sandra.
They're quite disillusioned with politics. They're thinking that things are not going to change in the way that they need them to be.
Voters here have a hand in deciding the direction Britain takes next. But Parliament, the place where the future of the Red Wall rests, feels very far away. Will Hollis, GB News in Ashfield.
Just to tell you who the other candidates are in the Ashfield constituency, and they are...
Ria Khan for the Labour Party, Debbie Solomon for the Conservative Party, Daniel Holmes...
No relation, none whatsoever. He's a Lib Dem. Lee Anderson for Reform UK, Alexander Coates for the Greens, and Jason Zadrozny for Ashfield Independence.